Hello everyone, this is Yamin and welcome to Laravel Library Management System project tutorial for beginner. So in the previous tutorial, we completed the category part. So in this tutorial, we are going to let the admin add books from the admin panel and we'll use category ID as a foreign key for the book table. So first of all, let's go and have a book option over here, or let's say we'll have a book option for this drop down. So right now, let's just go back to our code and we'll just directly go to our resource, then views, and inside views, we have the admin folder, and inside admin folder, we'll directly go to the sidebar.plate.php. And right now, here you can see example drop down. And before that, we have this chart list. So let me just remove this chart and this forms. And here you can see example drop down. Here we are going to say books. So right now, if we save it, then if we now refresh here, there you can see we have a book drop down over here. And here we have an option called add books. So let's go back and here for this drop down, here it is written over here page. So here we are going to say add books. And in this href, we are going to say, so right now if we save it, then if we now refresh over here, there you can see we have add books option over here. So right now, before we create a page for this add books, let's just create a table called books. So let's just go back to our project directory and we'll open a command prompt here, cmd. Let me just zoom in. And here we're going to create a table for books. So for it, we write this command php artisan make clone model, then we'll say book, then -m. So this will create a model book and a migration at the same time. So let's press enter. So there you can see model and migration created successfully. So after that, let's go back to our code. And right now, if we go to our database, then migrations, and here you can see a table book is created over here. And if you go to our app, then models, there you can see we have book.php over here. So right now what we are going to do is that we are going to write some column for the book table. So first of all, let's write over here $table. Then this arrow sign will say string to first bracket to single quotation. It will be title. And let's just make it nullable for now. And let me just copy this, Ctrl C, and I'm going to paste it 7 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So after title, we are going to say author name. So we say author _ name. Then we'll add the book price over here. So we'll say here price. Then we'll say here, it will be description for the book description. Then here we are going to say quantity, number of quantity of a certain book, quantity. Then here we are going to say, then we'll also store the book image and also the author image as well. So here we'll say book image, or let's just say book _img. And here we're going to say author _img. So there is one more thing that we are going to do, and that is we are going to use category as a foreign key. So in the previous tutorial, we added the category over here, and every book requires to have a category. And we are going to make a connection with the category table and the book table using foreign key category ID. So for it, we need to write over here. Let me just write it over here like this. We'll say here $table, then this arrow sign. We're going to say here foreign ID, then to first bracket to single quotation. And our table name for category is category. So right now what we'll do is that we're going to say over here category _ID, then we'll give this arrow sign, and we need to say over here const Constraint. Okay, so I'll explain this why constraint. Then we'll say over here this arrow sign on delete to first bracket to single quotation cascade. So let me just explain this. So here we are saying foreign ID, category ID, constraints. So once you write constraint, then Laravel will automatically understand that you want to use the ID from the category table as a foreign key. So we need to write constraint like this. So first of all, you need to mention the table name and you need to give a underscore ID like this. So Laravel will automatically be able to understand that you want to use this table ID as a foreign key. And here you can see on delete cascade. It means if someone delete the category, let me show you. If someone delete a category from here, then what it will do is that it will delete all the related book of that certain category. Okay. So let's save this, and right now let's go back to our command prompt, and we're going to say here php artisan migrate and press enter, and there you can see migration is complete. So right now let's go back to our browser, then we'll go to our library table and database, then let me just refresh, and here you can see we have a book table over here, and here you can see we have title, author name, price, description, quantity, book image, author image, and category ID over here. So right now let's go and create a view for add books. So let's go back to our code and we'll go to our sidebar.blade.php, and here we mention add books. So in this H step, we are going to give to second bracket, then we'll say here URL to first bracket to single quotation. So right now in this URL, we need to give a name. So let's say the name will be add underscore book. So let's save this, and right now we'll go to our web.php and write a route for this. So let's go to our routes, then web.php, then let me just go down, and over here let me just copy a route, Control C, then we'll paste it here. After that our route name is add underscore book. So let me copy it, then we'll paste it here. We'll say add underscore book, we'll use the admin controller, then we need to make a function name. So function name will be add underscore book. So right now let's go to our admin controller. So we'll go to our app, then http, then controller, then we'll go to our admin controller.php. So let's go down, then here we'll say public function add book to first bracket to second bracket, and we'll just return a view. So we'll say here return view. It will be, let's say in the admin folder, we'll create a file called add underscore book. Let's save this. So right now let's go to our admin folder, and in the admin folder we'll create this add underscore book. So let me just right click over here, click new file, then we'll say here add underscore book dot blade dot php, then Control S and save. So right now let's just say simple HTML for now, and in the body we are going to say add book. So what will happen is that in the sidebar we mention add book. So if someone click on this add books, it will call this URL, and this URL will call over here, and it will call the admin controller add underscore book function, and admin controller add underscore book function will return us this view, and this view is basically this one. And after that we'll go to book, then add book. If we click on add book, here you can see it is written over here add book. If I just zoom in, here you can see add book is written over here. So we are going to add the design from this page. So in order to do that, just like in the previous tutorial, we'll go back, then we'll go to our admin folder index.blade.php. I'm going to copy everything from here, then remove everything from here and paste the code that we just copied from here. And in this blade file, we are going to remove this admin.body. We are going to save it. Let's go back. Then we'll go to our book, then add books. And there you can see we have the header section, the sidebar, and the footer section. So let's go and change the design from white to black. And in order to do that, we again need to go to the body.blade.php, which is inside the admin folder. And from here, I'm going to copy this 3D. Let me just copy it, and I will paste it over here. And I also need to close those div, then div closing, and this is the last one. So let's save this, and let me just show you. Refresh, and there you can see we have a black background here. So right now what we are going to do is we are going to have a title over here called add books. Then we'll have some input field so that we can upload some data to this book table. So for it, let's go back, and first of all, let's mention a div here. Then inside this div, we're going to say h1. Then here we're going to say add books. After that, we're going to say form. Then inside this form, we're going to have a few more divs. So let me just mention a div again. Then here in this first div, we're going to say label, and the label will be book title. After that, we're going to mention an input field, and input type will be text. The name will be, let's say, book underscore name. So let me just copy this div, Control C, and we are going to paste it, let's say 7 times on 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. So after book title, we'll have the author name. So we are going to say here author name. So input type will be text, and here instead of book name, we are going to say here author name. Then here we're going to say book price. Let's just say here price. So the type for the price will be text, or you can give number, but I will keep it text. And here the name will be price. After that, we have the quantity, book quantity. Let's just say here quantity. And for quantity, we're going to say here number. Then name will be quantity. QUAN, quantity. Let's keep the Q smaller. After quantity, we'll have book image and author image. So let's say here book image, and this one will be author image. Author image. So for the image, the type will be file, not text. And the name will be, let's say, book underscore image, or let's say img. And for author image, the same thing. Type will be file, and it will be author underscore image. So we'll say here author underscore img. So after author image, we're going to say over here book description. So let's just say here description. So after description, we'll have the category option over here, but let's just skip the category part for now. Let's just have a submit button here. So input type, it will be submit, and for submit button, we'll add a value over here. Value will be add book. So let's save it, and right now if we just refresh here, there you can see we have the title, author name, and every other input field over here. So let's just have all those input field in the center, and let's also add some design for the label, and let's also add some padding among those as well. So let's go back to our code, and here we'll go at the top, and here you can see we have add books, and but before that, here you can see we keep everything inside this div. So we are going to mention a class here, and class name will be, let's say, div underscore center. First of all, let's make everything in the center. So let's get the top, and inside the head section, we are going to say the style tag. Then inside this style, we are going to mention the class name, which is div underscore center, we'll keep to second bracket. We are going to set text align will be center, then we'll say margin, it will be auto. If we save now, then if we now refresh here, there you can see everything is in the center. So right now let's add some design for this add books. So let's go back, then let me just go down, and here you can see add books. For this, let's mention a class. Let's set title underscore dg, save it. Let's go at the top again, and here in the style we say dot title underscore deg, then we give to second bracket. We are going to say here the color will be white, the text color. We are going to have some padding. Padding will be, let's say, 35 px. The font size for the text will be 40 px, and font weight, it will be bold. Save. Then let me just refresh here, and there you can see add books. So after that, let's add some design for the level. So let's go back, and here you can see we have a level for each title. So let's go back, and here in the style we are going to say level, then to second bracket, and here inside this level we are going to say display. It will be inline block, and we are going to mention width. Let's say width will be 200 px. So let's save this, then let's go back, then refresh here, and there you can see everything looks better right now. So right now let's just add some padding among those input field, and let's have the description after the quantity. So let's go back, then let me go down, and let's have the description after quantity. Save, then refresh here, and there you go. So for this description, we will not use input field, we will use text area. So here you can see input type text. So for this description, we are going to say text area. Then here we are going to say name, it will be, let's say, description. So let's see how it looks. Let's refresh here, and this is how it looks. So right now let's add some padding. So in order to add the padding, here you can see we mention a div for each input. So let me just mention a class here. Let's say class, it will be div underscore, let's say pad. For padding, we'll use this class for padding. So let me just copy this, Ctrl C, and I'm going to select every div over here. This on, then this on, and after that this on as well. We just paste it here, and let me just go at the top and write a CSS for this div underscore pad. So here we are going to say dot div underscore pad, then to second bracket we are going to say here padding, it will be 15 px. Save, then let me just refresh here, and there you go. So right now let's add a design for this add book button. So for it we are going to use the bootstrap class. So we are going to say here class, it will be btn, let's say it will be earning. Save, then here you can see we have add books. Okay, instead of earning, let's use our here info. Save again, then refresh, and there you can see add book option over here. So right now we're going to add the category option over here after the description, let's say, and we want the category data come from the category table. So here you can see we have the category table, and we want to show the category data after the description, which will come from the category table. So in order to do that, what we need to do is we'll go to our admin controller, and from here we are returning this view admin.addBook, which is basically this on. So from here, we're going to send the category data. So let me just declare a variable, let's say $data equal to, we're going to mention the category model name, double colon all. We'll get all the category data. After that, we'll send this $data to this view. So we'll give a comma here, then we'll say here compact data. And that's all. After that, we'll go to our addbook.get.php over here, and after the description, we're going to say here, let me just copy this div, Control C, then Control V. So here it will be category. So we say here category, and then for category, we are going to use the select option. So let me just say it like this. We'll say here select. Then inside this select, we'll have some option. So here, what we are going to do is that using this $data, we are going to show all the category over here. So for it, inside this select, we are going to use @ for each. We say $data as $data. And this for each loop will end over here. So we say here @end for each. So right now in this option, we are going to give to second bracket. Then we are going to say here $data, this arrow sign. And let me just go to the category table. And here you can see in the category table, we write the title over here like this, cat_title. So we write over here cat_title. And again, for each option, we need to give a value over here. And the value will be the same thing, which is this one. So let me just copy this and paste it here. Save it. Then let's go back to our browser. Then if we now refresh, there you can see category option is over here, and we can see all the category, and those are coming from the database table. And if you want that at the beginning, the category option will be null, we can do that as well. So for it, let me just have a option over here. And here we're going to say option, and we'll just keep it null. And here for the select, we'll say here required. So category is required. So save. Then let's refresh. And there you go. We have the option here, but instead of keeping it empty, this option empty, we are going to say select category. I think that is better. Select a category. Save. Then refresh again. And there you go. So we made the input field in order to upload the data to the book table. To this book table. So right now what we are going to do is that we are going to the form option, and inside this form we say action. Then we say here method. Method will be post since we want to upload the data. And we also need to mention over here one more thing, which is ENC type, which will be multipart / form data. We need to mention this multipart / form data because we also want to upload a file from here. That's why we must add this option, ENC type multipart form data. And after that, we need to say over here @CSRF. So let's write a method action over here. So we'll give to second bracket, then we say here URL, then to first bracket, to single quotation, we are going to say store_book. So let's save it, and let's go to our web.php and write a route for this. So let's go to our web.php. Then let me just copy this, Control C. After that, we paste this here, and the route method, this one will be post. We say here post because we mention over here method is post. After that, here we are going to set store underscore book. Because our URL name is store underscore book, we'll use the admin controller and we need to mention a function name. The function name will be store underscore book. So right now let's go to our admin controller and get this function. So we'll go to our admin controller. Then we are going to say here public function store book to first bracket. Then we are going to say here request $request because we want to get those data name, book title, author name, author image. That's why we need to say over here request $request. Then we'll give to second bracket. And first of all, what we need to do is that we want to upload data to the book table. So we need to mention the book model name at the top. So let me just copy this, then paste this here. We're going to say use app /models / it will be book. So save it. Then let me go down, and here we're going to say a declare variable. Let's say $data equal to, we are going to mention the model name, which is book, and before it we are going to say here new book is we want to upload a data for this book table, a new data, that's why. And after that we are going to say here $data, this arrow sign. Let me just go back to the browser, and in the book table here you can see a title, author name, price, like this. So we are going to write this title over here. So we are going to say here title, and this will come from the database table. Then we'll say over here equal. Then here you can see $request. So we'll say here $request, then this arrow sign, and after that we want to request a title from here. So here we write book title, and here you can see for it the name, the input field name is book underscore name. So we are going to say here request book underscore name. So let me just copy this and let me paste it 5 times. 1, 2, then 3, 4, and 5. So after title we'll have author name, and in the database table we write over here author name like this, author underscore name. So we are going to say here author underscore name, and over here we write author underscore name the same way. So here we are going to say here we say author underscore name. After it, let's say here this one will be the price. We say here price, and this one will be price, request price. After price we have the quantity. We'll say QUAN quantity. So request quantity. After quantity we'll have the description. Let's say here description and request description. Then we have the category option. So let's say here category, and over here category. So here you can see those will be exactly we write in the database table. And here on this side request part, this needs to be exactly matched with those input field name. Okay, I hope I am clear. And I think, okay, I forgot to give a name for the category. So here we are going to say name will be category for the category option. I forgot to give the name over here. Make sure to give a name for the category. And we have 2 more options, and that is book image and author image, but we'll do that part a little later. Let me just store those data. So we'll say here $data, this arrow sign, save, and after storing the data we'll keep the user on the same page. So we'll say here redirect to first bracket, this arrow sign, back. So let's save it and let's go to our browser. Let me just refresh here. Then let's give a title. Let's say for now, let's just go with ABC, author name EFG. Price will be $20, quantity is 10, description random things. We will select a category, let's say fiction. And here we have the add button. If we click on the add button, it's okay, unknown column, category in field. Oh, okay, I forgot that I use category underscore ID as a foreign key. So right now what we'll do is that let me just go to the add underscore book.blade.php, and here we mention over here hello data cat underscore title. Instead of this, where we will say here hello will be ID, because we are trying to use the category as a foreign key. So we say here ID over here, we store the category ID, and we'll go to our admin controller, and here we're going to say category underscore ID, and the name over here is category. Okay, that's fine. So let's go back, and let me just go back. Let me refresh again, and let me give the data again. Let's say ABC, EFG, price is 22, quantity 10, description random things. We'll add a category fiction and click add book. It's reloading and data is uploaded. So right now, if we just refresh our book table, there you can see we have the title, author name, price, description, quantity, and the category ID is on. So for fiction, the category ID is on. Let me just show you. If we go to the categories table, there you can see for fiction, the category ID is on. So right now, let's go and upload the book image and the author image. So let's go back to our code, and we'll go to our admin controller. Then after the category, let's request the book image first. Let's say what here $book underscore image image equal to, we'll say $request this arrow sign, and for book image over here, for book image name is book underscore image. So for here we are going to say request book underscore image. So first of all, we are getting the book image and storing it in this $book image variable, and after that we'll give a if condition. If there is any image, if there is any book image, so we'll just copy this and paste it here. Then in this if condition, we're going to first change the image name, book image name. Let's say over here $book underscore image underscore name. We'll first change the image name, and we'll make the image name unique. So we'll say here time function. So using time function, we'll make the image name unique. We'll give two dot over, let me just give a single quotation, dot and dot like this. And after that, what we'll do is that here you can see the book image. So we'll copy this, paste this here, then we'll give this arrow sign, and we are going to say over here get client, C will be capital, get client original, O will be capital, original, then extension, E will be capital, extension, then to first bracket like this. So here you can see this is just a variable, and we are trying to keep the image a unique name using time function, and the image will be this one, book image, which we just mentioned over here, and we store the book image in this variable. And after that, we'll store the image in our public folder. So for it, we'll say here request this arrow sign, and the image is this one, $book underscore image. So we'll say here request book image, we'll give this arrow sign, then we'll say here move to first bracket to single quotation. And in the public folder, what we are going to do is that we are going to create another folder for the book. So we'll say here book, and we'll give a comma over here, then we'll store the name over here. So what this will do is that this will create a folder in the public folder, which is basically, let me just show you. Here you can see in the public folder, there is no book folder. So it will create a book folder, and in that book folder, it will store all the book images, and the name will be this one, which we just give it a unique name using time function. So after that, we'll just store this name in the database table. So for it, we're going to say this dollar data, this arrow sign, and let me just go to the database table. And here you can see for book image, we write it over here like this, book underscore image. So we say here book underscore img equal to, it will be this name, book underscore image underscore name, and that's all. And those line is just required for uploading the image. I tried my best to explain. I hope you understand. So right now let's just save this, and let's just go back to our browser. Let me refresh, and let's give another title over here. Let's say book title will be math, and author name will be Newton. Price will be, let's say, $100, quantity is 15, a random description, let's say great book. Let's add a category will be science, and let's add a book image. Let me just choose a image picture from here. Let's choose this one, click open. There you can see images chosen over here, and if we now click add book, okay, call to a member function move on now. Let me check. Okay, request, I give a $sign over here. Okay, let's go back. And here, I give a $sign over here. And this one will be request book image. This one basically. So we need to write this one. So book image. Whatever is coming from here. Here you can see book underscore image. So we need to write over here. Book underscore img, which come from the blade file. So let's save it here, Control S. So let's go back. Then let me just click over here, add book again, and there you can see it reloaded. So right now, if we just refresh our browser, I mean the database table, there you can see we have a book image over here. And right now, we stored the image in the book folder, which will be in the public folder. So if we just go to our public folder, there you can see it automatically create a book folder over here. And if you go inside the book folder, there you can see we have an image over here that we just uploaded. So right now we can just do the same thing for author image as well. So for it, let me just declare another variable for the author image. So we are going to say here $author underscore image equal to $request this arrow sign author underscore img, and this author underscore img is this one. So let's give another if condition like this for author image as well. So we can just copy this if condition, Control C, and we are going to paste this over here. So instead of book image, we are going to say over here author image, and this $author image is this one. And after that, we are going to say instead of book underscore image, we are going to say author underscore image name equal to, we use the time function, it will be author underscore image, which will be this one, author underscore image, and here request book image, and it will be this one, request author image. So we say here request author image. So if you understand the book part, how we uploaded the book image, you will also understand how we are uploading the author image. So for the author, the folder will be author, and here instead of book underscore image underscore name, we are going to say author underscore image underscore name, and this one will be author underscore image underscore name, and here you can see book underscore image. This will come from the database table, and in the database table it is like this, author underscore image. So we'll say here author underscore img underscore img like this. So let's save it and let's try to upload the author image. So let's go back to our browser, then let's refresh, and let's say book name is physics, author name is, let's say, John, price is 200, quantity 25, random description. Let's add a category. Category for this will be, for example, science. Let's add an image. Image will be the this image. And for the author image, let's choose this image. Click open, and right now click add book. It's reloaded. And right now, if we just refresh our database table, there you can see we have the book image and the author image as well. Let me just show you the book image. Here we can see we have onward image in the book folder, and if we go to the author folder, there you can see we have the image of the author over here. So this is all for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, what we will do is that we will show the uploaded book image in the admin panel. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any question or any problem, just let me know in the comment section, and I hope to see you in the future tutorials.